What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Legit Board Talk. We got almost the entire team with us here on this Monday night. Fabulous Monday night after a long 4th of July weekend. So let's give a quick introduction by everybody. We got Hottie, we got jflo, we got Rob, we got John. Who else we got?
That's all.
All right, cool. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for everyone for joining us. We had about 3 riders. Let me give you guys a quick update on the team. We had three riders in Maryhill competing. What was it? I believe last weekend, and one of them are here right now to join us on this podcast. jflo, welcome to your first episode of the podcast, and why don't you say hi to our fans and tell us a little bit about Maryhill?
Maryhill was kick-ass, man. How's it going, guys, by the way? Basically, oh, man, it was intense just because of the heat. Like, I've never skated and done so much tiring skating in my life. Like, they kind of took it to a whole new level.
How hot was it?
Like, 110, and then the track they said was 156, so super hot. And then you have your leathers on, and then getting back in the U-Haul, yeah. No fun, but lots of fun.
So did anyone come to heat exhaustion at the event, or?
Not that I know of, but I'm sure. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I did see a kid get to the top of the hill and like basically dive into like there's a little fountain at the top. He like dove in there because he was losing it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. Heat exhaustion is no joke.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's for sure.
For those of you guys who didn't catch it, let's give you a spoiler alert. Zak Maytum, surprisingly, didn't he win again?
Yes, sir.
So he not only won the Bakersfield Outlaw, but now he won the Maryhill Festival of Speed as well. Zak's on a roll. And it's kind of a controversial finish at the very end. Some people say he gave a jab. Other people say he cut off. You know what? I can't tell you exactly what happened, but from my point of view, it looks like he just defended his line, which, I mean, it may look dirty to people who are not real into racing, but that's racing at its purest form. You're defending your number one position, and if I'm not mistaken, IDF rules state clearly that the person in second or third place has to abide by the path the person in front of them is following, because that's just how racing goes. People draft, and then they try to overtake, and people in first place try to stop themselves from losing their position. If he wanted to, he could zigzag all across the road if that's what it takes to win.
Right.
How do you guys?
Blocking is a big part of it. So, like, that is. I think it was definitely. It was like you said. There's no way of really calling it. I do kind of think Zak was just taking his line, but at the same time, like, it did kind of seem like it was like a divey or motion towards him, but. Through all my heats, man, there was tons of bumping. The only reason it was really brought up in like such a big controversy was because it was right at the finish line. But at the same time, like, I think Zak deserved it. He killed it. So
From what I saw and put on his Facebook, apparently he just lost his balance at the end.
Oh yeah, dude. Your legs are going out at the end of Maryhill, that's for sure. So, I mean, I went down in like a straight. The only time I went down at Maryhill was in a straight because my legs were like giving out.
How many times would you say you guys raced that day? Just that day alone, jflo? Like practice runs, warm-up runs, and actual heats?
That day, I probably had 4 or 5 heats. But, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's insane. It's super tiring.
How many miles is Maryhill Festival of Speed, the whole track? It was like 3 to 5 miles?
It's 2.2 miles and 22 corners. So, yeah, I mean, you're leaning the whole time, or you're in your tuck the whole time, so your legs are definitely giving out by the end. It's not the fastest hill, too, and there's something about being on gradient when you're in your tuck. It doesn't seem to, like, kill my legs as much, but Maryhill, oh yeah, that's a leg burner, man.
I could imagine, man, and I've been told that you'll go from an extreme left to an extreme right back after each other, like back to back, so you're literally zigging, zagging through the whole course. Like it's not like a mellow, straight shot for 2 miles. Not at all. 22
Yeah,
corners.
right. There's
It's
not very many times where you're actually in your, full tuck. So,
Yeah, lots of guys like run slalom setups and stuff. What were you running?
I got a Nevada Deck short stack. It's at like a 35.5 length, 24-inch wheelbase. I had 165 Stingrays with some Venom bushings and Cadillac Hot Pursuits, the 75 millimeters. And yeah, I was feeling really good. I really like the narrower hangers. I didn't have like a straight up slalom setup, but it was definitely a turnier setup, so I felt really good on the hill. It didn't really have to adjust much when I got there. Yeah.
nice, man. Well, I seem to notice the people who fuck. I might be too close to the mic. I notice the people who get for more the slalom setup are more agile, and it seems to be more of an advantageous setup compared to the people who, like Dylan said. Dylan was another one of our team riders there. He said, if you go with the more traditional trucks, you're going to be at a disadvantage because you're not able to cut as easily and take your lines as smoothly and as quickly as you want. How did the Nevada, the shorts, what is it, the short stack?
Yep.
How did that board do for you at Maryhill? So it's Maryhill tested and approved.
Oh man, I love my short stack. I feel like I can do it all on my short stack, but at 24-inch wheelbase and like that's like a solid all around setup. You just fuck with your trucks a little bit and then you got it. The one thing I really did like, the one thing that I do, if you're hitting a course anything like Maryhill, you want to get a narrower set of trucks. It helps with grip. It makes it more divey. Like that's a huge part of it. Like wheelbase makes it more turny too, but I noticed especially when I changed to the narrower trucks, it was just like a completely different ball game.
What would be a ideal truck? JP and PNL, what, Joey's? Are those the narrower ones? I think like that'd be a good setup to go with, no?
Yeah.
Also, the
Def-
Vincent's like 120 mil.
I forget what Charleston and Maytum had these ridiculously small ones. Or no, Charleston and Kevin Reimer had some ridiculously small arrows. I have no idea what they were, but it was like you could barely see a axle in there, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if they custom milled it themselves. I
Oh
know
yeah.
Jasper on the team is doing some pretty gnarly stuff with trucks. He's a machinist and a woodworker as well, so he's got some nice tricks up his sleeves. Very skilled individual. So yeah, I don't think we carry the short stack in the shop, but I by all means highly suggest you guys check it out. Nevada Decks make some great boards. They've been known to break some curbs. So yeah, two thumbs up. Um, so yeah, man, what else can you tell us about the event?
Um, Unfortunately, there was a lot of situation with locals and stealing and stuff like that, so that kind of bummed a lot of people out. There was a couple suits, leather suits that got taken, like something like 16 boards. It was
That's
unfortunate
ridiculous.
because there's a lot of people in that town that do a lot for the event and stuff, and it kind of gave like a sour taste in all the riders' mouths just because like you couldn't really trust a lot of people. But day two, or like right after everything went down with them, with all the robbing and shit, they had like 4 more security guards out there and stuff like that. So they kind of like fixed the problem.
That's a damn shame it happened after the fact. I wish, maybe they had those security guards beforehand.
I mean, what are they going to do with suits? I mean, you can't exactly sell them to a skater because they'll just know who it belongs to because everyone's leather are unique.
It's just tweakers, man. Tweakers, they just see shit and they steal it and then they think about it later. And most of the time, they'll just chuck it. That's the damn shame of it. They realize they can't sell it. They throw it away. People like that don't care, man. There's no logic to it. They just want drug money.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
unfortunate.
Yeah,
Unfortunate. You live and you learn,
I mean,
I definitely wasn't leaving my stuff outside of my car ever after that happened,
yeah. And you know what? If it was my stuff, I'd either stay behind and watch everyone's stuff and then take turns, or just that's the way you got to do it. Sometimes you can't trust anybody. Just leave one person behind. Sometimes that's all it takes to just be a deterrent. Um,
Right.
on a brighter note, what are you guys more excited about for this coming year? What events do you want to see? What kind of trucks or boards are you looking forward to? Agenda's right around the corner, if I'm not mistaken, it's this week. We just got we got our hands on the Kodiaks, the Bear Kodiaks. They're really nice. We got the new OS in stock. What else do we get? That we got a bunch of new freewheel code, but anyway, that's what we got. Savants are around the corner. There's some leaked hints at the PNL. What is it? The cast trucks. But yeah, I'm excited to hear what you guys are looking forward to. John, what are you looking forward to, man?
Well, I mean, piano will be cool because it'll give Atlas ball pivot competition. And also, I realized this the other day, but all the P&L base plates are compatible with like Randall and Paris hangers and stuff like that. You want a big in your casts, you can just get like a 27-degree P&L plate and it'll work.
I actually might just end up doing that, man. I love Randall's. I always have, but I've always wanted to give PNL a shot. I'm a big Randall's fan. I always have been, and I know they've lost favor over the years, but you know what? Tried and true, it works for me and what I'm trying to do. So maybe I do exactly what you just said. I've always been down to give PNL a shot. Rad company, they do rad stuff. What about you, John? What are you rocking right now? And John's out of here, man. Rob, what about you?
For
Rob,
what trucks?
yeah, what are you overall rocking right now? Are you doing more street stuff or are you doing more free ride stuff?
I skated downhill today, like a little bit. Only
Nice.
like 30, 35, but it was still fun.
Cool. What
Just
you
trying to
skated
take
on?
tight lines on like local ones.
Yeah, what was your setup? Did you do it on the Lotus, the Blue Sky Lotus?
Blue Sky Chakra, the single kick version of that. It was a good time. 45, 35 race split and in heats. It was a
What
good
kind
time.
what kind of wheels did you have on the Chakra?
Or anything in heats.
Oh, nice. Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
so speaking of Blue Sky, is who's the owner? Matt's the owner, correct?
yeah, Matt.
Is he doing a Kickstarter? What's he up to? I saw something on
Yeah,
Facebook the other day.
he's doing
Tell
an
us about that.
Indiegogo campaign to get a lot of new stuff out and to get just funding for it. Um, we had another guy who was like the other owner of the company, but he kind of wants out of it. So to keep the company going, we kind of have to get some money raised so we can start dropping new shapes and stuff like that.
I like Blue Sky. I like what they do. I like their boards. I carry them in the shop. So I definitely hope, it's successful. Would love to keep seeing some cool stuff by them. And although we don't sell it in the shop, I definitely urge you guys to check out their double kick that they just released with a nice new graphic on it, like a Mad Max parody graphic.
Yeah, the Mad Max one. Our Team Rider Max Alexandria's Pro model. I think we're gonna go with the Rad Max to like avoid copyright stuff.
Nice. Speaking of double kicks, we just got a new board out of North Carolina. It's called Double Kick Warmonger by Laissez Faire. Definitely a good board to check out. Um, but yeah, what else you guys want to talk about? I think we could wrap this one up.
Rafi, are you going to agenda this year?
No, usually I skip out on the second one. Grant's going to be there. He'll take some cool pictures for us, but we won't have as good coverage as we do for the January one. Why? Is there something you guys want to see specifically?
Oh no, I was just asking.
For sure. Usually, look, and here's my reason for not going. They don't really drop stuff in summertime. They usually hold out for spring. Madrid for the past couple years has been dropping one board from their spring lineup from the following year just to kind of build up hype. They did that with the Nessie. They did that with I think the Havoc too. So, hey, there's been rumors going around about a new Cadillac wheel. There's been rumors going around about a new Venom, Venom Cannibal Core, and a new Pro model board that Grant might be working on. I don't know. This is all rumors. This is not confirmed. I can neither confirm nor deny this stuff. But it would be nice to see if any of these are true at Agenda. I'd imagine that's where we would see them. John's hyped about the Cadillac Crushers, which, if I'm not mistaken, is sugar. Is it 78A sugar malmethane with cannabis?
THC thing.
It's the THC thing.
That's the
Think so.
THC, and they're having it in both Duros. Because actually, when I went to Talymana, one guy had a set of 81A Crushers fresh, and he was using those all weekend.
Wow, nice. And it's gonna be what kind of lip is it gonna have? Is it gonna be like a racing kind of like a uh, Savannah Slammer kind of shape to it?
It'll be very similar to that.
Nice. Well, cool for people who want to go fast and free ride. It'll be a fun wheel for them. All right, thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Legit Board Talk, and we'll do this again real soon. Thank you guys for joining. Have a wonderful night.
Peace.